Hello, everybody. This is Liz from Delaney and Sons, and you are probably wondering why I have all these clothes on inside in the summer. Well, the guest that we have here today is from Hound Hare, Eric Nicholas. Good to see you.
Hello.
Hello. And yes, look, Hound Hare.
That is
I
awesome.
love blue. It's my favorite color. So when you sent me this, I just wear it all the time. And this jacket comes with me overseas a lot, and we love it. It's the Forester. So there's my plug for Hound Hare.
That is great. That is great.
And we
I
have
love
lots of socks, but I didn't put those on. So yeah, how are you?
I am doing extremely well. The
Good.
sun is out. It's summertime in the bluegrass. So and it's
Wonderful.
looking forward to the fall. We start thinking about it, I think, in July and August, right, as the heat kicks up.
Yes, talking about heat, I am taking
Yes.
this off. But yes, it keeps me very warm when I'm outside. That's for sure. So yes, you guys came with us on a trip, a driven shooting trip, you and Amy. So we got to hang out with you guys for a week, and you were very well dressed. I have to say, the best dressed. If we had an award, you guys would get it for sure.
We had a wonderful time. It was, you hate to use the word magical too often, but it was everything that I expected. And I say we look at the pictures at least once a week, a picture from that event, and getting to use the gear made it even better, I think. So
Well, good. I'm so glad. Well, so tell us exactly, what is Hound Hare? What do you do? And all that good stuff.
well, Hound Hare. I started Hound Hare in 2017, and we're really a designer and a manufacturer, but we also retail other luxury brands and accessories that are they're really inspired by the British countryside. It's that love of the British countryside that kind of was the spark that started Hound Hare for us and for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your clothes definitely have that English, what is it? The English and the Southern charm.
Yeah, British luxury, Southern charm. It's our mission to redefine countryside chic, and that's kind of what we're trying to do by introducing new brands that aren't in the U.S. or you don't see often in the U.S., as well as design and manufacturing our own clothing and gear as well. So tailored items.
Yeah, it definitely is different, and it is stylish, but then it's also very in the field it holds up really well, and it's very applicable for the field as well as being very cool looking.
Well, I think you nailed it, and that's kind of the whole idea of that redefining countryside chic is to, you have to be elegant, you have to be stylish, but it also has to be functional as well. And using a lot of those classic luxury fabrics and materials, but maybe using them in an innovative way is what we're really trying to do differently than maybe what other companies are doing.
Yeah, and you do it well. I have to say, like, how did you get into this, in 2017? What made you think, I'm going to start a clothing company?
Well, it started much before that. I think in 2005 or six, I grew up loving the outdoors and hunting and that kind of thing. With my dad, kind of instilled that in us, and the spending time with friends and family out in the field with the dogs. That part of it I always loved, and I had an affinity for firearms and guns and how they're made and the craftsmanship that was involved in those. But in 2005, 2006, I bought a side-by-side, a Sidelock Holloway Naughton, and which was actually in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and at a Cabela's. So I called and said, okay, I really like this gun. It looks great. I don't know anything about side locks. I have no idea if it's sound and can be used. So I reached out to Glenn Baker at Woodcock Hill. The gun was shipped to him, he looked it over and said, "It's good to go. This is a good purchase." And then I purchased the gun. So that first gun really put me into all things British as far as shotguns go. And I started. You can see the you can see the line of shooting sportsmen behind me, and a lot of those are back issues, because I would go and buy back issues and try to read everything I could about either the gun that I had or other shotguns and gun makers. So that started in 05, 06. Started reading the field, accumulating names of brands that were new, and in 2014, my father passed away, and that kind of was the point where I said, I've got to do something different. I've got to do something where I have passion and be able to merge my passion also with business and do something that I enjoy and that I love. And that's when Hound Hare started as a name and an LLC. And then in 17, I left my biotech job that I had been in for 17 years and started Hound Hare full time. So, and here we are.
That's a great story. I mean, that is so perfect, because it's exactly how I feel with the side by side. There's just something that's just so traditional about it and so old and English or Scottish, British, I should say. And we want people to feel that sense of respect or tradition when they're shooting, and bringing it into clothing, it's a whole lifestyle basically. And that is intriguing.
Well, I think that we talk about the clothing, and whether it's the clothing that we retail or the clothing that we make in the UK, it goes back to those fabrics have a certain quality or a heritage to them, and that's the same way with the shotguns. The shotguns, it's more than just a firearm. It embodies really everything that you think about the sporting lifestyle, the craftsmanship that goes into that gun is the same craftsmanship that we like to see in the gear that we have or that we make. And it's fun to use a shotgun that has never been used maybe in the U.S. that you purchase and you bring over, and it's the first time that maybe it's been in the field. I remember those, and it's special to me to say, this 100-year-old gun is now in the field in the U.S., in Maine or in Kentucky, of all places, which is the reason I got into Hound Hare.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you're making it all work.
It has been. We look back on it. 2017 is when we started. 2018. We started, attending Orbis game fairs, and
is that where we met? I think that's where we met.
We did. It was the inaugural game fair at Hill Country,
Yes.
the Orbis property over there outside of Gettysburg, I guess it is. And in that part, it includes not only the shotguns and the clothing, but the dogs and that part of it. So looking back on it, it's given us the opportunity to meet so many great people on both sides of the pond. That's priceless. I mean, it goes back to it's the memories that we're going to have. Just everyone that I've met, it's just been great, and I have to pinch myself every now and then just to think about some of the things that I was reading about, some of the shotguns, and getting to meet some of those people and some of the brands. So
yeah, that's wonderful. It just gave me a little goosebumps, because I don't know, we're on the younger side, which is great to see people our age getting into it, and we kind of longingly look at these magazines and look at the sporting lifestyle, and we think, oh, maybe someday, or that's super cool. I wonder if I'll ever get a gun, that has so much history to it, and then we do, and I just it's exciting. It's why we're together and why it's such a great community, and Sean and I are finding that out too. So in that community is really going to be at the Vintage Cup.
Yes.
In September. There's so many of us. I mean, a lot of side by sides there, and a lot of accessories. So it's not just, a ton of guns on tables. It is going to be the lifestyle. That's what we're kind of focusing on. And your clothing at the Vintage Gunners Cup will be on display. So what kind of things are you going to bring with you?
Well, we're definitely going to bring the things that we're focused on with, like the trip to Wales, into England that we took with Delaney and Sons back at the end of last year. We're going to have our outdoor gear, which is made to be used in that type of hunting, whether it's a rainy hunt, a rainy shoot, or whether it's a nice sunny day. We're going to have our outdoor gear. We've also, some of our designs are made in the UK, but they're made to use in the US hunting upland game. What we've done, we've tried to take what we consider classic designs, use British fabrics and materials in innovative ways. Whether it's we have a waxed cotton jacket that's actually breathable, but it's still waterproof. And I hunted it, in Texas, and I use it when I'm in South Georgia for quail with our vest or our Cumberland jacket. So we're bringing all of that. So whether you're going to go overseas and do a driven shoot, or whether you're going to be out in pheasant hunting in South Dakota, we've got you covered as far as good quality gear that's going to be passed down. And that's kind of the same thing with the shotguns. We want to make gear that will be an heirloom that you'll pass on to your son, that is going to last, and it's well made.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. And there's going to be things there for even the non-shooters. I mean, your boots are super cool. Accessories,
Absolutely.
so even if someone who's coming that is coming with a shooter that's shooting, there's definitely things for them to see at your booth as well.
Absolutely. We have the ladies covered as well. If they want to make sure they're that countryside chic, we want to make sure that they're set up with a nice, elegant, stylish, tailored outfit, whether it's tweed or moleskin, to fit that lifestyle. A nice fedora with feathers. We can definitely outfit them as well.
Good. Well, it was so great to see you, and I'll see you in September. And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Well, thank you so much, Liv. We look forward to it.
All right. See you, Eric.
Bye-bye.